Hello and welcome back. Today I'm doing a reading on Melissa Caddick. She is from Sydney, Australia, I think Dover Heights. She was a financial advisor that did wrong by her friends and family and people that invested money with her. And then she went missing and they found a foot that with the DNA testing proved that it was her. And it's all going to court at the moment. And I've just felt a real strong pull to pull some cards and see if I can see what really happened. Because there's so many speculations. And I feel like when this story first came out, I did feel like there was a third person involved. Like she was married to a hairdresser. And he's claiming that he had nothing to do with what business she was involved with. But she's dead. And I feel like there was a third person involved. Anyway, we'll see what the cards say. So if you want to know more information, just Google her. There's so much stuff out there. I'm just going to focus on my energy and pull some cards. First cards to come out. I'll just make sure it's in focus. So we've got the first one is the Seven of Swords, the Moon, and the King of Swords. I read the cards intuitively. So things come to me and I see things in the cards that trigger my intuition. So, with the Seven of Swords, it's all about like being sneaky. The energy of the Seven of Swords is being sneaky, doing things behind people's backs, not being trustworthy, stealing. And he's looking back at the moon, which the moon has... There's things hidden, there's secrets, there's things that haven't come to the surface yet. And the King of Swords is... The swords are stress. And the King of Swords makes me feel like this is her husband. At the moment, she's left him now that she's dead, and she did the wrong thing by people, and now there's a lot of things that are starting to come out because they're at court. She's left him with all this burden and he's now having to go to court and replay all this. And I feel like he's not in a good way because he did not. I wonder if he had anything to do with it. Let's just ask it. I don't feel like he did. Let's ask the cards. Did Melissa Caddick's husband have anything to do? Tell me about Melissa Caddick's husband. Yeah, I don't feel like he had anything to do with it. And I feel like he's not in a good place at the moment. Especially with the moon beside him, he's going to find out some things that he didn't even know. Now that it's all going to court. she did wrong by a lot of people. And Seven of Wands came out. He's going through all the battles because she's dead. She's going through all the battles because of her actions. Oh my God, this card come out. Seven of Coins. Now there's two sevens there, so seven is must be relevant. So I feel like the seven is 7 months. I don't even know this, but I'll look it up after I've done this video. But 7 months I feel like it took before they could have a funeral for her. The sun came out, and I feel like there's going to be a successful outcome with this case. I feel like they will have evidence and they'll get to the bottom of what really happened, but it's going to be a successful outcome. And I feel like the people that had money owing to them will get maybe what they are owed back, maybe more, because of it's been invested. And I feel like with this card here, the Hermit, I feel like she went missing within the night. Oh, they all came out. She went missing of a night time. What else can you tell me about this Caddick? There was some arguments and fighting in her household after all this shit went down. After Essex came in and went right through her house, I feel like her husband didn't know. He's the young one here because he's younger than her. I feel like he didn't know what the hell was going on. She was feeding him a lot of bullshit. And he's a very outgoing, creative person because he is a hairdresser. And I feel like it created a lot of conflicts and disagreements with them in their household before she went missing. She definitely felt trapped by... She mentally felt trapped by what was found out. She was a very controlling person, and I feel like by Essex coming in and going right through everything, it mentally topped her over. Because we've got two mental health cards, two swords here, which is like a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of mental health problems. So I feel like she couldn't cope because in her head, I feel like she believed her own lies. And I feel like with this card here that the Seven of Cups, it left her feeling very confused, and a lot of her things were taken under investigation. She was caught out. Caught out big time. And there's the death card. So she's definitely, well, we know she's passed away because they found a foot and they did DNA testing. So the cards are telling that, yep, she's passed over. She's in the spirit world. Okay, and with this card here, she was definitely much of a independent, she was definitely an independent woman that created her own security. But I do feel like with this card, her foot was found in the ocean, but I feel like part of her body is in the bush. So I feel like they are going to find clues. They are going to find clues in the bush, probably near the ocean where she went missing. And this card tells me that she will be found. The rest of her body will be found. Justice will be served, and it's going to court, and that's what's happening at the moment. So I'm just going to put these cards together, and there's definitely another man involved, someone that she trusted. And I feel like this is his personality. So he was loving and kind and caring on one hand, but then, and he was very attractive, loves a challenge. But there was two sides to him. Very fiery. And I feel like this may be an affair. We'll see what comes out. This is making me feel like she had an affair. And this card come out. So I feel like she committed suicide. I was feeling before maybe someone else murdered her, but this just tells me that she took her own life. And we got these cards. Now this card, last night when I was feeling the energy to tune in, I played around with the cards and I got this card last night. Now I don't know, but I'm going to look it up. But this makes me feel like it was around the colder weather that she took her own life. What is this card telling me? I feel like that card there tells me that she tried a few times to end her life. She had to work at it, like it didn't happen straight away. And the head area here is standing out to me. That's what ended it, around the head, which is not very nice to say, but like she hit her head. She definitely planned it. She planned to take her own life. It was definitely around water. Water and land, because I'm seeing that there, and it was of a night time. Of a night. Ooh. So I feel like when she left to be with this man. And I feel like he had something to do with the money. He helped her in some way, but it'd be interesting to see if it comes out. But she made a decision I feel like she didn't take a life straight away when she left that house. Maybe 7 days, that was what the 7 is, that maybe 7 days later or a few days later, she could only see that was the only way out. I'm not feeling that the man that she had an affair with murdered her. I feel like there was definitely communication back home. She definitely communicated back home. And she had to get out of that house fast, and she was definitely in a car, traveling. She didn't go by foot. And the arguments and the conflicts were probably over by communication with the phone back home. She probably told, this is what I'm seeing, she probably told her husband what she had planned to do, and he was probably trying to talk her out of it. But it didn't happen straight away. And these two came out. Connections in a relationship. Someone was being paid and there was a connection, there was a relationship around this money. There's that trustworthy, compassionate man. Oh, and we have the dictator. He was the dictator. And there was 3 involved. He was a dictator and there was 3 involved. Is what I'm seeing. Someone was being paid. I feel like she was set up. This is what I'm feeling. I feel like she was set up. She was manipulated by higher, bigger people. There was 3 involved. She was the stupid one. And she got all the clients. But there was definitely 3 involved. Now there's a man here that is quite aggressive. He's a bit weird and he's a bit violent. He's come up. He's come up around the home. These 3 cards came out before together. He's come up around the home. There was definitely conflict and arguments around this man with her. And I'm seeing him driving the car that she went in. Oh, there's a saga of a story to this one, I'll tell you. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a movie out of this. God, they're not who you think they are. Young person, money, drugs involved. Whoa. It's all opening up. They're not who you think you are. She was involved in a real bad circle of people. Yeah, she was going through some shit in the end because of her decisions. Things are coming out and they're being exposed. Oh my God. So I just seen that, well, she left home. She was overwhelmed. This mother card came out also last night for me too. I feel like she loved being a mother. That was, I feel like that was on her mind big time when she left, because she has a son and she didn't want to do what she did because she is his mother and he was on her mind. But I feel like she was very overwhelmed. She didn't see what was coming. She took on too much and she left home, obviously. And it all pushed her over the edge. I feel like she jumped off the cliff. She jumped off a cliff. It definitely happened overnight and she initiated the action. Oh, wow. I feel like she felt like she didn't have any way out because the people that were involved threatened her. She was trying to hold on to the money. Holding on. Being paid. It was coming in then going out. Her actions caused her own battles. But the people that are involved were definitely not who she thought they were. In the end, they turned on her. She was very successful, well, she thought she was. Successful from other people's money. I'm not seeing... The same cards keep coming out, so I'm not seeing anything new. So I might try a different deck and see if I see anything else. Gilded Royale Tarot. Melissa Caddick. That makes me feel like she went into the bush and she hid to plan out things. She was getting an offer from someone, but we've got two money cards here. They make me feel like two people wanted their money. Wow. So there was three involved. Two people wanted their money and they were successful at getting it. I feel like this was before she got found out, and I think this is how she got found out, because these two people got together. Anyway, these two people are the only ones that got their money back. They were successful at getting their money back, is what I'm seeing. And I feel like once these two people got their money back and I feel like she felt something was going to happen after this. She was shitting herself. Something was taken back to the past. Someone from the past, a man. She was trying to hold on to her status. But she was trying to move away from the way she did things. So she felt like she had the money. And she was quite happy and content with that, but she felt like she wanted to move away from how the money was coming. Definitely, this man makes me feel like he's corrupt. He doesn't look like a trustworthy person. Too many hands coming in for the money. And they were loving her success, but they were dictating to her. There's the home again. And the Two of Cups, which is a love connection. There's something that hasn't been seen yet here. And that just tells me that waiting time, it's going to be seen. So something else is going to come out in court. I feel like there was more people involved in this money laundering. Well, not laundering, but stealing off people than has been seen. But she definitely took her own life. I don't feel like she was murdered. This keeps coming up, the home. Maybe she was murdered at home. But I don't feel that. I feel like she committed suicide. She felt trapped mentally. She was controlled. She couldn't get out of this situation. She felt the car came to pick her up. I feel like there was a car that picked her up. Anyway, I don't feel like I'm getting anything else. But I do feel like she committed suicide because of the overwhelm, the stress of the entanglement in, what's it called, about the people that were involved with this money. There's just more than one people with their hands on this money. I feel like she committed suicide because she couldn't handle the overwhelm, the stress, because it wasn't just her involved, is what I'm feeling with the money. Hopefully the courts and the law get to the bottom of it and we get to see who else was involved. But there's definitely lots that is hidden, and because it's playing out in the courts now, we're going to start seeing it. But yeah, I feel like she could have drank alcohol and was in a different state of mind when she committed suicide, because I don't feel like she was sober. So it could have been with drugs, or not that she normally took drugs, but it could be medication. But I feel like her state of mind, she was not sober when she took her own life. Anyway, I hope you liked that. I will see you in my next video. Bye.